Hi, church. It's Monday afternoon, though you are free to watch this whenever you want. But I want to talk about preaching for just a moment. We're doing this preaching series on the Small Catechism, and I'm very pleased with it for my own sake. It's given me great opportunity to study the small and the large catechisms a bit and really mine some great gems out of those documents. I've talked about a drawback to the preaching series being that we miss the lectionary, the system of readings that you and I receive Sunday after Sunday after Sunday. We'll get them back when Advent comes in December. Now, we have the lessons every Sunday, but I don't really preach on them. I may refer to them from time to time, but by and large, they just get skipped. There are pluses and minuses to everything. That would certainly be the minus. But on this Monday, after a Sunday, like we have in sporting events, there's analysis after the game. So perhaps this could be our Monday afternoon critique or review. I want to look at the Amos lesson for just a moment. Amos chapter 5, I'll read it for you. You might not have your bulletin with you. Woe to you who desire the day of the Lord. Why would you have the day of the Lord? It is darkness and not light, as if a man fled from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand against the wall and a serpent bit him. Is not the day of the Lord darkness and not light, and gloom with no brightness in it? I despise your feasts, and I take no delight in your solemn assemblies. Even though you offer me your burnt offerings and grain offerings, I will not accept them. And the peace offerings of your fattened animals, I will not look upon them. Take away from me the noise of your psalms. To the melody of your harps, I will not listen. But let justice roll down like waters, and righteousness like an ever-flowing stream. That's kind of an odd lesson. We don't often hear of God hating things, especially feasts and solemn assemblies. We think God is in favor of church. He is. But we have to consider that this comes from Amos, one of God's prophets, given a word from the Lord to give to the people, in this case, to give to the northern kingdom of Israel. Israel was divided in two, Israel and Judah. And Amos was sent to Israel, and he preached against them. They were callous toward one another, leaving the poor and needy by so they could make it to their homes for their feasts. Worship that was half-hearted at best. Worship where more time was spent looking at your medieval watches than at anything else. When will this service be done so I can go back to my shop and open it up and do business again? When can I go back to business to cheat my customers? God did not take any delight in their worship. So he was wondering, why would you desire the day of the Lord? You think it'll be good, but it won't be. Why would you have something come that would be bad for you? So our lesson yesterday was preaching against false worship and false festivals. Feasts done falsely will be of no delight to the Lord. Now it ends with maybe a verse that we've heard from time to time, used sometimes by protesters, by the oppressed. Let justice roll down like waters, and righteousness like an ever-flowing stream, a stream that does not go dry. Justice. Let's keep in mind the best justice is God's. We may have those times where the accusation is made, and it's a true one, and the punishment comes to us, and we say, that's fair. There's nothing I can say or do. It is a just punishment. God's justice is best. There are times when we receive our punishment and maybe we think to ourselves, boy, I'm getting off easy. So we want God's justice to roll down like waters. Righteousness like a stream that does not go dry. Righteousness. You and I are made right with God through Jesus and Jesus only. Another prophet, Jeremiah, brings us the great news. This is the name by which he will be called Christ, our righteousness, the Lord, our righteousness. It's all gift. It's all given to you. All of our righteous deeds are like filthy rags before the Lord. For our sin is with us, clings to us. There is nothing that these hands have done, no words that this mouth has said, that could ever avail before God. It is the righteousness of Christ that we long for. It is the righteousness of Christ that is given to us. So there's a little Monday preaching for you. A little context of that Amos lesson. Amos is a tremendous book. Good prophet. One who received a word from the Lord and passed it on. Have a great afternoon. Bye-bye.